Hey, what's up, guys? It's Cypher. In the past couple of days, Epic has implemented a beta for 50 people creative matches. Right now, we're about to join into this 50-man zone wars. It's only been in for a couple of days, but this is actually going to have some pretty big impact on the future of Fortnite, and I'll explain why in this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. 50-man zone wars. I've tried it out a little bit this morning, and it actually runs really smooth. There is no noticeable lag. It actually runs smoother than a real game. I'm assuming that's because it doesn't have to load up as much. You know, in the past, I've noticed some lag, even with 16 players when things get crazy. But even with 50, the game is running pretty smoothly. And that means, in my opinion, that this test is going well. And we're probably going to see 75, 80, 90, 100 player custom creative modes. The reason why this is important, some of you might only play Battle Royale, but the reason why this is important is because modding is around the corner. Epic is planning to release Fortnite modding sometime this year. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll give you a quick rundown of what modding is about. Basically, Epic wants to give people the creative tools to create their own version of Fortnite. If you've played other games that have modding like Minecraft, you know that people can create their own Minecraft worlds, their own different game modes, and Epic wants to take things to the next level and give us the opportunity to create our own version of Fortnite, to create our own maps, our own game modes, our own weapons, put in our own designs and skins and stuff. People initially were like, okay, is it going to be 16 player modding stuff? Like, is it just going to be limited to 16? Because if it's just 16, it doesn't create enough hype. If you're kind of limited with 50 player creative customs, which is going really well, and they're probably going to do 100 player creative customs as well, and maybe even more than 100, you have the opportunity to actually recreate your own version of Fortnite, to create things that are worth playing, that are interesting. I'm about to jump into this match real quick, and I'm going to keep talking about some things relating to this. Purple lever, purple tack. So the 50 player creatives are limited right now to certain map creators, but I see them being more available as this test completes. But I played it. This is not my first time playing it. I played it a little bit earlier, and this is actually really, really good for practice. Some of the best players in the world were doing 50 player zone wars. The other day, I saw some pro players, Clicks, Booga, and a few other guys all getting together and doing 50 player zone wars. Practicing for Fortnite endgame is kind of hard because you have to go through the early game process, looting, all that stuff goes into the endgame practice. With the 50 player zone war, you get to really experience a stacked endgame, because 16 players is, you know, it's good practice for like arena matches and whatnot. But in reality, in a real tournament, you're going to have a lot more than 16 players. You're probably going to have something along the lines of 30 to 60 going into moving circles. You're going to need to practice for that. This creative 50-man lobby is going to give you really good practice. This might be the new form of practice. Scrims are still going to happen, and custom VR matches will still happen, in my opinion. That's not going away. But I definitely see a shift potentially happening towards creative zone wars, and this is going to make it more accessible for people who are not in scrim servers to be involved in the competitive scene. Because not everybody's in a scrim server. Some of them are very exclusive. And this is going to give people the opportunity to practice, you know, 50-man moving circles, 30-man moving circles without having to join a Discord. Very easy to set up. And as more people are allowed to make these 50-player maps, you're going to see some crazy creativity beyond just zone wars. Like, you know, some trends in the past that were popular that could have benefited from this. You know, the fashion shows and talent shows. I honestly see it happening with a lot of different stuff. Oh, I thought that guy was underneath me. GG. Regarding the modding that's coming to the game, big concerns are how restrictive are they going to be. And I think over the next few months, we're going to see a lot of tests and updates being done to creative to really push those restrictions and to really allow people to create their own maps, their own version of Fortnite and give people like the full creative control to recreate Fortnite. I think it's honestly going to be the future of Fortnite, is custom player created maps. And because like people eventually are going to get tired of the traditional BR stuff, and they're going to want something different. I don't know about you guys, but like, for example, seeing Laser Beam, I'm actually rocking his skin right now. Seeing his LTM, the laser and fresh cup, that game mode was extremely fun. And that's like the kind of stuff that you can probably expect to see from modded creations. You're probably gonna see things like that, like the exotic flintlock, for example, come to life through mods. And people are gonna be able to create their own exotic weapons and put them into maybe not the live version of the game, but put them into a version of the game that they can then use and, you know, bring to life. And then if someone creates something that's so good and so interesting, they can actually potentially have that downloadable, right? And people can download and play your version of the game. And maybe somebody creates a more enjoyable version of Fortnite, and then it becomes like a trend to play like this new modded version of Fortnite that has specific weapons. Maybe someone brings back double pumps, and maybe someone changes the way building works or creates new materials. I think overall, if you give the tool of creativity to millions of people, you're gonna see some pretty crazy stuff, pretty fun stuff come from the community, because usually the community knows what the players want better than the developers, because the community plays the game more. And that's just natural. It doesn't mean the developers aren't good at creating the game, because at the end of the day, they're the ones who made Fortnite. But if you give the tools for people who really enjoy the game to create whatever they want, you might be surprised, and people might come up with some really fun stuff that surpasses the traditional version of Fortnite. I think this is just the beginning of a big shift in Fortnite into the creative, into the modding stuff, and seeing how successful Epic has been with this 50-player custom creative. It's running smoothly. It actually runs better than the actual game. What do you guys think? If you haven't tried out the 50-player creative, you can actually go in game right now and check it out. I'll have the code for this map in the description. You can just go plug in that code and queue in and play some 50-man zone wars. So check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe.